Hi, this is Alison Wensrich. I just wanted to do this video real quick and talk to you about our gut health and things that can negatively affect the health of our gut microbiome. So, I'm a physician assistant. I've been with Plexus for a little over 3 years now. And the reason I joined Plexus mainly was because I was having lots of symptoms. I wasn't sure what was going on, but I knew something was wrong. Of course, lab work and all that stuff was normal, but I just was totally off balance, was having a lot of issues with being anxious all the time, having some skin issues. I've had like 3 decades of allergy issues that just seem to be getting worse. And that would lead to frequent infections like bronchitis or sinus infections. Was struggling with kind of some gut issues as well. Like I started having just some weird things I used to not have to deal with, like cramps and kind of almost like IBS kind of symptoms. And I was just really tired all the time, just like really tired. I'm a runner. If you can see some of my running medals behind me, those are not all mine, but I've done a lot of half marathons, a couple marathons, and I just, after kids, I just kept thinking like, oh, maybe I'll start feeling better, but it had been over a year or more since my daughter was born, and I thought, surely I should be feeling better by now. So, just felt really bad, crummy, heavy legs when I'd run, just knew something was off. So, as a PA, I was trained in traditional medicine, which is learning a diagnosis and what medicine or treatment goes with it. So there wasn't a lot of talk about nutrition, supplements, none of that natural kind of medicine. So I was very skeptical, but figured, might as well try it. I liked that the ingredients were safe and natural. I was already kind of heading towards the non-toxic products and things. I also had cancer 21 years ago. I had a lymphoma and had chemo and radiation, so I was very particular about what, I put in or on my body. So it definitely passed that test, and I noticed very quickly when I started some of the products that I started feeling better. So then I started diving more into this research and learn more about the gut health, which truly amazed me. And so our gut, we have like trillions of bacteria that live there, different species, and they do lots of things for our body. So most of our immune system comes from the gut. They play a role in nutrient production and absorption. They play a big role in our mental health because they make neurotransmitters. And there's also a big nerve that goes from the base of our brain down to our gut and back up. So there's a constant connection between your mental health and your gut health. Digestive issues, skin issues, a lot of things that people struggle with stem from the gut. And so things that negatively affect our gut health are going to be things like sugar. So we have some candida in our system, and as long as we have a good balance of good bacteria, that candida count stays fairly low. But if we're eating the wrong foods, like sugar, processed foods, candida tends to feed on sugar. And then if we do things like take antibiotics, antibiotics don't know the difference between good and bad bacteria, so they are going to essentially like affect all of that. So a lot of our good bacteria can be wiped out. Sometimes you can even wipe out entire species of good bacteria if you take too many antibiotics. Now, sometimes antibiotics are necessary, but having worked in primary medicine and other fields of medicine, most of the time people come in with a virus, and antibiotics are not going to make any difference for that. So I myself have had my fair share. I was a sick kid, just had lots of bronchitis and stuff, had acne, so the treatment for that is antibiotics. And of course, chemo and radiation wrecked my gut even further. So things like steroids can affect your gut negatively. Even stress can directly affect the health of your gut bacteria. Processed foods, toxins in our food and in our water can negatively affect our gut. Glyphosate, which is Roundup, that's found in a lot of GMO products, and wheat can do that as well. So even birth control pills, which I was on for a long time. So birth control pills, all those things can negatively affect our gut and get it out of balance. So you see, those are very common things that people take, and not really knowing that it's negatively affecting our gut health. So I think once you understand that and you know that, you're going to be a little bit more diligent to not take those things. And I'll tell you, once you get your gut healthy, you won't be as sick as often. You probably won't crave a lot of sugary foods. To feed our good bacteria, we need prebiotics and probiotics and good foods to feed it, like vegetables and good fruits and things like that. So there's a lot that we can do to improve our gut. And I will tell you, Plexus was the start of me doing that. I consistently take the new Slim, which has the prebiotics in it. I take Probio 5 to keep my Candida count low. I take Vital Biome because that gives me more strains and more potency, and that has really made a huge impact on my anxiety. I take the X Factor Plus because we all need a good multi, and I love this vitamin because it has the right forms of vitamins, helps absorption. I take Ease, which is our natural anti-inflammatory product, because I think we all struggle with inflammation. So those are the main products I take, and I have felt really good. I've gotten rid of my anxiety. My skin is clear. My gut issues are gone. My hormones are regulated. My energy's back. I can effectively get a good workout. It's just been awesome. And as I've gotten older, I feel like I'm younger. So that's my story in a nutshell, and just information about the gut and how super important it is. And so I hope over time that more medical schools and all that start teaching people about at least the gut microbiome, because we really need to protect that, because that in turn protects our health. So thank you for tuning in, and I will be off and hope you have a good day.